Hi friends, it's Craig here. Yep, that's me right there, Craig. What I wanted to do is just tell you a little bit more about LunaBot and do a quick review and some tips about it since I was telling you about it. So the link's lunabot.io. I'll put in a link down below the video or send it along with you with this video. It is a referral link, so it'll give you a free trial. So it's a 7-day free trial at the moment, which means basically, you'll get to see it in action, see how easy it is to use, and what profits it can be making you. So in LunaBot, there's two preset configurations so far, which I'll show you just in a minute. There's a low risk, low reward, and a high risk, high reward configuration, but of course you can change them to how you like to trade. So, if you want to change the RSIs, look at the Bollinger Bands and what candlestick ranges or what time frames, what percentages you want to enter in the market and exit, and how much you want to trade. So that's why I really love this. Obviously, I've looked at other bots, trading bots like Gunbot and Halfspot, and some of the other top most popular bots. This one is really great in terms of it's a really nice and slick user interface, and it's really easy to use. So basically, this is a front page. Just shows you a little bit about the bot or their marketing for the bot. And obviously, I guess if you don't understand what a bot is anything that does a repetitive action for you based on the parameters that you set. A bot is even iPhone Siri, Amazon Alexa. You tell it to do something, or you ask it to do something, and it tells you. They're the most, even your alarm is a bot. You tell it to wake you up at a certain time, and it wakes you up. So here, what you want to do, obviously, is buy at a low price, sell at a high price, using the indicators and the parameters that you set for it. It runs on the LunaBot servers, so you don't need to have your own VPS, you don't need to have it running on your computer or download any programs, so you don't need to do any updates as well. Works on multiple exchanges. I'm using Binance at the moment, but it works on some other exchanges as well. There are features that they've put in on the page. Like I said, you can activate it straight away because it's running on the server, so you don't need to set up anything, you don't need to download anything. You have tracking as well, which I really like. You can integrate it with your Telegram, so you can have a Telegram bot, or you can have email alerts as well. So that'll come through on any trades that you make, what profits, percentages, and amounts you're making. So that's really great to keep you, you don't have to be obviously watching the screen, watching charts. The great thing about the bot obviously is if you're going to be watching 30, 50 or 100 charts at a time, how can you possibly do that and enter in at the right time and exit at the right time with your trading style? So you basically can tweak the configuration if you're savvy enough and you know what you're doing, but beware, you need to know what you're doing, because if you tweak it, you're telling it to use different parameters, but if that's the way you trade, those parameters that you trade, it'll trade the way you want it to do. So right now, well, thinking of the bots, like I said, if you look at even on CoinMarketCap, whether you trade volume in market cap or volume in amount traded in 24 hours or the market cap or percentage change, imagine, like I said, watching 30, 50, 100 charts all at once and trying to do your trading analysis and all of those. So price for Bitcoin at the moment, when I last checked a few minutes ago, was 7,360 US. So I've got two bots access at the moment. I've got one that's doing reasonable trading. I'll come back to this one in a minute. The other one I was running is a test bot, or just something that I could play with, see how robust it was and what the configurations were like and how easy it is to change. So obviously it's only got a small amount of, showing a small amount of profit, but when you realize that I gave it a very small amount of Bitcoin to play with, I wanted to test it first before I, just risked my Bitcoin. So with my bot, when you're setting up a new bot, when you sign up on the link and do a free trial, you'll get a configurations recommendations. So low risk, high risk. So low risk is best for if you've got a bit more capital, larger capital. However, it's a smaller interest return generally. High risk, you can have lower capital with a higher return. People have been asking what's the general returns. In general, from what I've seen with my trading and also other friends, is around about 10 to 25, even 30% per month. So just say, for instance, you're going to go for the high risk configuration. It's already got some parameters preset for you. You would just select your exchange. I've already got 25 bots in use, so this isn't going to go through correctly, but I might be using, my pair would be Bitcoin. So basically I'm trading other coins against Bitcoin. They're already pre-sorted by volume, which is awesome. Just want to be careful if there's a coin that's really pumping or dumping, whether you want to trade that right now at the moment. But remember, you're doing this for a long term. Set the bot, check the bot, and only change something if you know there's a coin that's really going out of whack, or if your parameters aren't going how you like it. So basically, I can't select that many at the moment. So we're just going to select a few to see if it'll go through with the remaining number of bots on this trial account. Okay, so I've already got my account set up, but we'll just call this Lunar Test 1. And next screen would normally come through with your configuration settings. So what that is going to look like is the configuration screen. This one is don't copy this if you're doing anything with your bot. This is just me playing around with some numbers to look at exactly how good and how bad the trading will turn out. It's not actually actively trading per se, because I'll show you in a moment what I'm looking at here. So you can set your parameters on EMA, RSIs, Bollinger Bands, how much you want to trade, use per trade, what EMA periods and candlesticks that you're using. You can also reset them and deactivate them, but talk to people either on the Facebook or in the Telegram group first. They're really helpful. And it's really great. You get tips and other configuration settings. So actually this one I've just got Ethereum on a test trade. It's already done its buy. There is a double up setting if you want, or double down, so if you want to double your trade. And also this is the sell target. So at the moment on Binance the highest bid is 571.62. I'm looking for at least 573.34. We bought at 568.79. So it's showing how far away, I'm 0.3% away from my sell target. Your trading view charts are here. You can obviously change your time frames, and you can watch it in large screen if you want. So that one's just running there at the moment. But basically on your dashboard, it'll show your snapshot. So profit, $8 USD, and your Bitcoin amount. Obviously this USD amount is going to change with the price of Bitcoin, so at least you can track how much Bitcoin you started with, how much you're profiting. You can drill it down into 24 hours. So I've had it off for a couple of days. I ran it a couple of days during the week, so I'll show per day how much Bitcoin, because that's the pair that I'm using, or the base pair, and through the month. So I've had it running for 2 weeks. However, I've had it off for a few days during that time, and again, just shows you per trading period what your profits have been. Also shows you your best ranking pairs. This one's deactivated at the moment because again I was testing all different settings, but with those as well it can show you what buys and sells you've had. So I started out with some lower percentages, 0.9, 0.6, 0.6 in the profits there. You see on this trade we're 2.2% profit for that one trade. 2.1%. You know, we can pick any of those trades to see what the so we can pick any of those trades to see what the percentages have been in them. You know, we want to go down a little bit further. How do we go with this one? So we're at 1.8%. So anyway, that's on just test bot. So we had this was the next account that I'd set up with obviously more Bitcoin to trade with. Again, it's been off for 2 days now, just because I've been doing some other things and I wanted to go through the last few weeks of trading and see exactly how the bots was performing for me as opposed to my personal trading, which I found it to be really great. So again, in the week there, it splits it down into either last week, or you can take it down into your month. So this shows you how, you know, we're pretty consistently trading day by day. Again, you can, you know, go through your some of the pairs that you've traded in, and so on this one, again, had a few smaller profit percentages, 0.6, 0.9, 0.6, 0.9. This one was a 3.5, so we did have a couple of double ups in there. If we just have a look at another one, just for example, you know, you can check any one that you want, because really what you're looking for is how your trading's going. So we had a 0.6 and a 5.2%. You know, so how awesome is that? Again, there's a double up in there. So basically, and you can choose not to do the double ups. That's in the configurations as well. What I really love about this, like I said, you can change it as you need. Again, this one's got a different configuration set up. So like I said, don't just copy what you see on the screen. Go with the recommended configurations first. And if you're experienced enough and know what you're doing, you can tweak it. If you want to run it by other traders, other people using the bot, by all means, that's what I've been doing through the Telegram group. Speaking of Telegram, you know, you can get your email alerts, but I also set it to get my Telegram alerts. So every time there's a trade made, we get a buy alert, and when there's a sell made, we get a sell alert. So this is on the small testing account. So it shows what pairs have been bought and sold, and the profits in US dollar and the percentage profit. So again, we've got around about 1%, 2%. In those small trades, which is, you know, pretty good. So that's basically, you don't have to always keep watching or logging into your website to find out what's happening. And of course, you can just do a quick check. We'll see what's got running at the moment on the bot, and what will happen is that you'll get a listing with obviously mine is not running properly at the moment because I've deactivated all the pairings. Don't worry about this one, I didn't reset this one correctly, so I'm not really holding that bag. And as I said, the only one I was playing with at the moment was the Ethereum to USD. So it shows you that I'm 0.4% off my target. Shows me how much I'm holding. Anyway, enjoy. The Telegram group's on their page as well, so there's heaps of help there, which I really love. AlenaBot.io, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment or send me back a message.